The 24th Summer University and Student Camp of Bálványos in the Transylvanian town of Tusnádfürdő has officially started. Hungarian, Romanian and Italian speakers at a podium discussion on the reorganization of Romania's administrative regions said Transylvanian Hungarians could prevent the curbing of their interests if they managed to introduce the problem to an international audience. Head of the Transylvanian Hungarian People's Party, Tibor Tito said the Hungarian community in Transylvania should express its conflicting views with the official concept in order to make sure that the reorganization of regions brings beneficial results to the community. A forum on national symbols was held in the afternoon, partly because of the debate between Romania and Hungary this spring about the use of the secular flag. Budapest Mayor István Tarló said the secular flag was hoisted on the Budapest City Hall because Budapest considered itself as a promoter and responsible participant of national cohesion.
Participants in a roundtable at the 24th Bálványos Summer University and Student Camp at Romania's Tusnádfürdő voiced criticism of the European Union. Hungary's Deputy Prime Minister Zsolt Semjén said urging Hungary's quitting its EU membership was against national interests, but added that the Manian attitude and giving up those interests for Brussels must be rejected. Semjén said an all-Hungarian parliament would be formed in Budapest next year, as the composition of the new National Assembly would reflect the wish of all Hungarians. Group leader of the LMP party András Schiffer said fundamental principles of the EU should be modified to enable the community to meet contemporary challenges. Schiffer said the EU must not be subordinated to the interests of certain capitalist groups.
A large proportion of members of ethnic Hungarian communities in Romania, Serbia and Croatia are expected to participate in Hungary's general election next year. Participants in a roundtable concluded at the 24th Hungarian Summer University in Tusnádfürdő in Romania on Friday. Referring to a yet unpublished survey, head of the Hungarian People's Party of Transylvania, Tibor Tito said that 35% of Hungarian citizens in Romania would certainly vote, while another 40% were likely to do so. He called it a historic moment that Hungarians beyond the borders will be eligible to cast their ballots at the Hungarian general election. Demonstrations were held in 119 Romanian towns and cities against the Romanian government's plan to set up new administrative regions and to express support for the traditional regions while demanding autonomy. At each location, a petition of demands was read out, the organizing Hungarian People's Party of Transylvania said. According to that document, the protesters seek dialogue with the Romanian government on an administrative reform based on traditional regions. Authors of the petition have also warned that a forced reform could harm not only ethnic Hungarians, but Romanians living in Transylvania. Issues around the EU, Slovak-Hungarian ties and Hungarian communities were on the agenda of the last day of the summer university course at Martos. Head of the Party of Hungarian Community, József Berényi, said that Hungarian enclaves in Slovakia need territorial autonomy, while Hungarians living in a diaspora should be granted cultural autonomy so that Slovakia's Hungarian community could survive. Deputy State Secretary Zsuzsanna Répa said the Hungarian government is committed to making efforts so that those autonomies should be granted. Foreign State Secretary Zsolt Németh said it was also important to reach reconciliation between Slovaks and Hungarians.
We owe to get over the habit of mourning over Hungary's past grievances and tragic events, and should instead draw strength from the past with the future in prospect, the Hungarian parliamentary speaker said in his address at the 23rd Conference of the Hungarian People's Academies in the Carpathian Basin in Balatonfenyves. We would like to have this mentally guiding us, a mentally of looking forward with the confidence in our values and strength, and with trust that God may help us, László Kövér said. He said all of this government's deeds over the past 3 years have served this ideal and the policy of catering for the community of the world's 15 million Hungarians in a broader sense. A new faculty of Sapienta University has opened in Sepsiszentgyörgy, the fourth city after Nagyvárad, Kolozsvár, Marosvásárhely and Csíkszereda. From the academic year starting in 2014, agricultural and forestry courses will be offered in Sepsiszentgyörgy. Foreign State Secretary Zsolt Németh said that new subjects will be important not only for the economic but also from their social and cultural aspect.
The Party of Hungarian Community has launched a signature drive to protest against Slovakia's draft amendment to the country's election law. Under the current law, pre-election notices to ethnic Hungarians must be made out in full in both Slovak and Hungarian. The draft, however, seeks to remove that practice. The Slovak Interior Ministry wants to reduce the Hungarian part to a brief summary.
An unused office of regional chapters of the Hungarian Cultural Association of Subcarpathia was set on fire in Beregszász early in the morning. Unknown perpetrators broke the window overlooking the street and sprinkled the room with an inflammable substance before setting it on fire. One of the neighbors was awakened by the noise and saw the flames and alerted the fire services. The building didn't suffer major damage. Miklós Kovács, the party's leader, said the arson was a political attack.
Hungarian heroes of the victory of Nándorfehérvár, today's Serbian capital Belgrade, were commemorated with military honors in ceremonies in Hungary. The Hungarian troops won the crucial battle on July 22, 1456, against the Ottoman army, who outnumbered the Hungarians tenfold. At the same time, 300 Hungarian children made a trip to Serbia to mark the anniversary at the site of the battle under the government's Erzsébet program. Hungary's parliament declared July 22 a memorial day for the Nándorfehérvár victory in 2011.